Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I feel a little frazzled today. Hello, hello. How is everybody this Friday? I hope you all have had a great week. It has been a long week here. I'm ready for weekend. Who else is ready for the weekend? Oh my goodness. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I wasn't super in the chat. I realized I forgot to do something, and so I was fixing it really quick and getting it set up. Hello. Oh, good. Craftin' Mama says she's off today and gets to join the live. That is awesome. Hello. I'm going to try to catch up on the chat. Oh, I had it on while I was doing what I was doing, but I was missing a ton of it. Hello, everybody. Couple things before we get started creating this morning. First thing is there's a blog hop going on for Simon Says Stamp. It's the day one for the Let's Chill release. So definitely check that out. Leave comments at all the stops along the hop for a chance to win. And then day two, tomorrow, there will be even more chances, more inspiration. So definitely check that out. Good morning, Lori. So that is fun and exciting. I always like to make sure and let you know when there's an opportunity for that. I do have a link to my video or my blog post. I think to my blog post, so because the comment needs to be left on my blog, down in the description below. I've also linked to the new set of inks from the Let's Chill release. That's my favorite thing from the release. You guys probably would have guessed that. I know a lot of you have mentioned how you wanted purples and grays, and both of those are included, so I'm so super excited about that. Let me see. Seems like there was something else. Oh, I took part in the day one blog hop for the Pretty Pink Posh June release yesterday. I forgot to link that, but the video's on my channel. There's a link to my blog post also in that video, but there's a chance to win there as well. Plus, there's day two blog hop for that today, and I believe day three tomorrow, so more chances to win. The Pretty Pink Posh release for June is fantastic, full of more boy-themed type of stamps and dies. I love that Paulina saw that there was really that is missing in a lot of our supplies. And I know when I had little boys, I would have really liked that kind of thing. I know my nephew will love that. In fact, I'm sending him the dinosaur card. So just a really great release. Plus, I think they're just fun. I mean, I think you could really turn those into any type of cards. Not necessarily, but I know when she designed them, it was because she saw that there was a need in the industry, which I think is awesome. I think that's everything. I'm going to take a look at what else I linked here. I want to make sure. Yeah, I linked to the Let's Chill release, the new ink color bundle. There are re-inkers for those, and then the blog hop for Simon Says Stamp. Those are all listed below, plus I listed the supplies for today. So I am going to flip the camera around. I've got my coffee. Who else is having some coffee or something else? Oh, awesome. Deborah Anderson said she's off work so she gets a chance to see me. That is fantastic. So excited to see everybody here this morning. Thank you all for joining me. As always, replay crew, we love you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of the replay crew, for commenting. I appreciate it. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. If there's anything from the Let's Chill release that you would really like to see used in an upcoming video, please let me know. You guys, I'm forgetting everything this morning. Also this week, new Mama Elephant release. So definitely check out my blog post for that as well. There's a chance to win. The Mama Elephant release, this is the last release until September. They are taking July and August off. The September release is in-house, y'all. Oh my gosh. It's their anniversary release. I'm so excited. But this release kind of had some fall and Halloween included in it. I know a lot of us might not be feeling it, but I honestly created some of my favorite cards. And then I have another project. If you're a Patreon member, you've probably seen it because I already put it up for y'all. That's coming not next week, but I think the week after. And I'm really excited about that project as well. So definitely check out that blog post. there's just a lot. There's been a lot of releases this week. Shimon says, making coffee now. It's needed desperately. I agree. My dog woke me up. He's not feeling well. He has a little tummy bug, maybe. He had to have a little bath in the middle of the night. He's also had to have 2 baths this morning. The reason I'm a little frazzled is it's been a lot. Yes. Okay, Teresa says she would love to see Alberto's new stamp set in use. You got it. I am for sure going to do that. I love Alberto's new stamp sets for Simon. So I will for sure be doing that in an upcoming video. Debbie J's Crafting Corner says she loves Halloween crafting. Me too. Fall and Halloween are, well, fall is totally my jam, but I do love Halloween. I don't do as much Halloween crafting, but what I created is maybe my all-time favorite Halloween project. So I'm really, really excited about that. If you're a Patreon member and you've already seen it, shh. I'll probably have some sneak peeks coming soon. Iced Tea, Sandy says, awesome. Laura says it's ridiculously hot in the UK. It's ridiculously hot here in the US as well. We are under heat advisory. We have been all week. It's awful. I have fans on everywhere, even though the air conditioner's on. It is so hot. As my friend Lori said, don't invite me anywhere that doesn't have air conditioning. I think she posted that meme this week and I thought it was funny. Cassie, I think he'll feel better. He'll be okay. He's laying in shame at my feet since he had to have a little spray off bath. And he was very ashamed that had to happen. Susie, thank you. She says, love when you color pumpkins. I love to color pumpkins. Let's see. Okay, you guys, let's flip this camera around and let's get started crafting. Okay. First thing, I had to get a drink. First thing, this is one of the 2 cards. I forgot to turn the sound off of my washing machine, so sorry if you can hear that little song playing. This is one of the 2 cards I made for today's blog hop. I feel like I need to zoom out a little bit. There we go. And I used a new background stamp. I used Kathy's new Beachy Keen stamp set. I actually did 2 versions of this with 2 different greetings. And then I just made a simple stamped envelope. I love easy little stamping like this. Fun, summery themed cards. I know I went directly from talking about fall and Halloween to summer, which, you know, we're in summer here, so I guess this is a little bit more on point. I don't know. Yeah, Lori said, yep, about the don't invite me anywhere unless it has air conditioning. Oh, Laura, that's awful. She says UK homes don't have air conditioning. Oh, and yes, so she has the hot, sweaty emoji. I cannot talk. Yes, I saw Melanie said, okay, I'm going to start over, you guys. Melanie recommended pumpkin for tummy issues, and I'm switching his food too. In fact, I fed Brody my old man Shih Tzu, and Odin was so sad that I didn't give him anything, but I need him to kind of go without any problem for a little bit, and then I'm going to boil him some chicken and rice. Yeah, Craftin' Mama says, no AC. What? I agree. Yes. Sandy says, I love flip-flops to craft with for summer and to wear. Exactly. Okay, so that is my card for that. What we're going to be creating today, so in this release, I just wanted to show that since that blog hop did go up this morning. We are going to be creating this card for sure, and if we have time, I'm going to do another version. I didn't prep one, other than I did emboss a background. But Simon came out with embossing folders. They're detail embossing folders with a coordinating die. So this background, there you can see I popped it up with foam adhesive. I embossed it, I ink blended, I did some fun things, and then I die cut the flower. I actually embossed another panel. You could die cut it from that panel if you wanted to, but I just did another panel. I ink blended that and popped it up. And then there's some butterflies as well in another embossing folder, so I added those. And that's what we're going to create today. I'm going to go through what we're using, and I'll show you the other embossing folder we will use if we have time. Let's see. Yep, Elaine says AC is not required in the UK as it doesn't get hot enough here, except for apparently today. Oh no. Oh, Lori, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Hi, Lori's Brody. Brody came with the name Brody, and so I didn't change that when we got him. We adopted him when he was already an old man. Oh, thank you. Dawn says she watched my video this morning and loved the cards. Oh yeah, I know I was going to move this. I wanted to kind of show you what we're using today. So, the supplies we're using, I am going to use the Beachy Keen stamp set. This is what I used for my Beachy cards, that video that's already up. We're going to use greetings from this. There are coordinating dies, which is awesome. We're going to be using this stamp set. Then the embossing folder we're using is the Dandy Floral. So you can see you get the embossing folder and then you get the coordinating die. That's how we get that really fun look. So we're going to be using that. I'm also going to be using, I have everything kind of laid out and prepped, the Graceful Butterfly set. Isn't this so pretty for making those detailed butterflies? So I have my embossing folder, and then there's lots of dies that come with that. And I have a really fun project coming with those a little bit later this month as well. And then if we have time, I did prep a background, and we'll just do it live because I didn't do a sample. There's another embossing folder. I honestly don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm not going to. And we will maybe do something with that. We'll just see how we do time-wise. I know lately I've been doing pretty good, so I thought, well, maybe I should have a little bit something else to do to fill our time. Just in case, right? More creating is always a good thing. Okay, sounds like it's hot for a lot of people. As always, you guys, I love hearing what your plans are for the weekend, so let me know. I'm actually, Ethan is with his dad for about 2 weeks. They're going to all kinds of ballparks across the U.S. I'm a little bit jealous. I think that would be baseball. Be kind of fun, but they're having a good time. They just left this week. So I am kind of by myself. My oldest is taking me out tonight for sushi, so I'm excited about that. But other than that, I'm planning on crafting it up this weekend. Janelle says butterflies are one of my favorites. They're mine too, and I'm just going to tell you guys, it's a non-card project that I'm going to be doing with those, and I'm really excited to share those with you. Oh, Heidi, I'm sorry that you're having some pain this morning. Sending you speedy get well thoughts and prayers. Carol says can never have too many butterfly sets. I agree. So I know I don't normally do a ton of my embossing and die cutting on camera, but I do want to show you how I emboss, my embossing folders, because I do think it can be tricky. Now I have the Spellbinders Platinum, so this is what works for me here. If you have a different machine, it might be different there. I have a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch panel that I'm going to place in my 3D embossing folder. And I have tried a lot of different things over the years, and what I have found works best for me is to remove my cutting plates and just leave my platform in here. But I don't feel like this is enough pressure with my machine to just run it through like this and to get a good embossed image. I generally also don't spray my cardstock with water. I know you can mist it. I don't normally, just because I'm lazy. But you can, and I think you get good results that way too. But what I do is I actually keep the leftover packaging from my embossing folder. You can see this is one of the more Christmas winter themed ones. I keep them in a drawer with some other stuff, and I pull them out when I'm going to use them with an embossing folder, because the thickness, they're thick, it works as a great shim. And so what I do is I just simply run it through like that. Don't try to do the cutting plates, or at least mine, it would break my machine if I tried to. And there you go. Perfect. This works for me like every single time. So I wanted to share that here because I know I don't think I do any of this on camera very often. And I've had some questions in the past. Excuse me, I need to get a drink already. Carolyn says she wants to make some cards and start a few cross-stitching projects. Girl after my own heart. And pull weeds from flower beds. Carolyn, your weekend sounds exactly like my weekend. Exactly. I've got some weeds to pull as well. I'm going to do it when it's cool out though. Linda says she's going to garden and play with her new Platinum 6. That is so exciting. Let me get my die cut machine tucked underneath my desk on the shelf. Hello, everybody. Let's see. Oh, Susie says a dear friend is coming down from Tennessee to visit. Oh, that's so much fun. I love that. Do these come with stencils to help with the coloring like you used before? Sandy said, no, these do not. So any of the coloring here, I promise you guys, it's easy peasy. And I just kind of let go of perfection with this. Let me move this over. Now, I did want to show you guys, this video is coming soon. These are all of the Pawsitively saturated inks swatched. Let me move this out of the way. I swatched all of mine on a ring. I have tried many different swatching ways over the years. I did these swatch rings. These are all from Simon Says Stamp years ago. And I don't know why I stopped using them like this. This for me works really well because I can easily put colors next to each other and see if I like them. So I have swatched all the colors, and I just kind of wanted to show this really quick. Here are the new grays. Here's the new taupe colors. And purple. One set of purple. I know everybody's been anxious for the purples. And the little bit brighter purples. And then this new set of blue. Oh my goodness, you guys. I think it's just the perfect transition from blue to purple. This is my favorite color from the release. Anyway, we're going to use some Twilight actually for inking, and I just wanted to share that really quick. Messy Missy Create says she giggled last Friday when she remembered how she used to watch my lives from the bike at PT. Now I'm doing PT in a pool, so a wee bit harder to watch. Yes, I don't think that would work very well. And I definitely will share, this video is actually coming with my butterfly project, so definitely stay tuned for that. It will be a little bit. Okay. So, as I mentioned, Twilight was my favorite color. We're going to grab that somewhere here. And maybe a little Morning as well. And Sprout and Field. So these are the 4 main colors I'm using. Oh, I know the other thing I wanted to share. I don't know if you guys saw, but Simon came out with detail blending brushes. So here's the little round ones. Here's the little angled ones. You can see I've already used almost all of them. These are fantastic, and they're fantastic for adding detail to things like this, where you want to kind of have a little more precision. So we're going to use the little round ones, also the big blending brushes. Let's just go ahead and start with the background. Created by Zoe. I did use a specific stamp set for the swatches, and I actually meant to add that in the description. It's from Simon Says Stamp, and as soon as the live is over, I will add these products. The swatches and the stamp set come from Simon, and then I use my label maker to make the labels. And I will link these products when we're done, because I set up the stamps in my Misty and just stamped them. This took no time at all. I actually did all my swatches at once. So it went together really quick. Because our flower is separate from our background panel, we don't have to worry too much about where the ink goes. So I'm going to add a little bit. This is the morning color of ink. And I'm just going to go in kind of with a light hand and apply this all over the top part. It does look like kids' toothbrushes. Oh, that's so funny. Yes, Christine says the Simon Says Stamp swatching is great. I agree. And like I said, I have tried several different things over the years. I tried keeping them in a binder. I never, ever pulled out my binder. Ever. So I decided to go back to the rings because that just works the best for me. I'm going to pull this lighter blue color pretty far down. And then we're going to do a little twilight. Vanessa wants to know how the waffle flower detail brushes compare to the Simon Says Stamp. They're a little different. Well, the round ones are a little different, I would say. I feel like these round ones you do more of this motion with, where the waffle flower ones are really meant for more of the swipe motion that I've shown in some other videos. So I think they're a little different, but do I think you probably need both of them? No, not necessarily. It kind of depends on how you like to color things. I do have a video coming on the Simon Says Stamp channel next week where I'm going to show how to color in stamped images with some of these smaller brushes, and just how you can, something that you may normally would color with markers, but I colored it with blending brushes and ink. And I'm just going to take a little of the twilight ink and kind of pull a little bit of that into the sky area. We can always add more later if we need to. Linda says, I'm not hardcore, I have no swatches. Linda, I don't know if you need swatches, to be honest. For the ink, I do like it for the inks I use a lot. In fact, I will show you, because I have them right here. I swatched my Hero Arts reactive inks too. It is nice if you want to kind of compare and see how things look. I don't have all of my inks swatched, but I do like, especially these Pawsitively saturated ones, because I feel like I use them so much, and sometimes I reach for the same ones over and over, and it's nice to have the swatches because it kind of gets me out of that funk to see what else might work together. Oh, whoops, I dropped something. Let me see. Carol says, I love the purples. I've had such a hard time finding purple shades I like. I feel the same, and these are good. Good purples. I think they're great. And I like that there's like the bright and then they're the more subdued. They're good. Yeah, I was excited to see those. I know that's a comment that I've seen a lot from people. Let me see. Carol says she has all her swatches in a binder she never uses either. I don't even know if I should have admitted that, but I like to be honest with what I use and what I don't. And I did not use my binder. Okay, this is the Sprout ink. And I am just going to kind of do this over the green part down here along the bottom. Dawn says purple's her favorite color. Oh, well then you're going to love those inks. Good morning, Wendy. Liz says definitely like the berry purples. That is awesome. Hello everyone just joining. Oh, and then this is some field ink that I'm just going to do a little bit darker, and I'm really just trying to get that ink to stick to the embossed areas of the stem and the blades of grass. It doesn't have to be super perfect, but I definitely want it to kind of stick to that. Oh, I totally forgot one thing in the other room. That's awesome. I'll go grab it. Or maybe we just won't do the splatter. So here is my background. So I forgot my splatter box in the bathroom. I forgot I washed it out yesterday. I may just splatter when I'm completely done, because otherwise it's going to limit my time. So you might notice the blades of grass have a little bit more detail to them than just the darker field green ink I used. And I actually took a distress crayon. This is the Halloween set. Is that what it's called though? Maybe it says on here. Well, this is Crooked Broomstick. I did link it down below. What we're going to do is take our distress crayon and Carol says she's going to be swatching her favorite inks onto tags this weekend. It is fun to do. And I don't know what people did before blending brushes. Man, they are such a time saver. What I love about distress crayons is you can kind of, if you keep it pretty vertical, the color is really just going to hit those embossed areas. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I like to do a little section, and then I take my finger and I kind of just rub it in. And it adds a little more definition and detail, especially, I liked it especially on the blades of grass. We're going to do a little bit on this stem. Then we're getting kind of messy and using our finger. But I like how it just added a little more definition very easily. So I'd love to know in the chat, have you tried distress crayons? I did a video, I feel like, gosh, it's probably been 6 months ago. It was probably Christmas or more. It was a holiday video. So let me know in the chat if you've used distress crayons before. Linda says, where is Kelly? Kelly started a new job, so I'm pretty sure she's at work. Let's see. Yeah. Mariana says, fast adapting, forgot something, choose another direction. Exactly. Messy Missy Crate says she swatched her pink fresh inks and really do use them. Yes, if it's an ink, I've only done it for the inks I use a lot. My pink fresh I still need to swatch. And I agree. It helps a lot because sometimes the color on the case is not what the ink looks like. And it helps me use all of my inks better. Hello. So here is my background. Now I did splatter this one with white. I'm not going to. We're just going to make the executive decision not to do that right now. And we're going to ink up our flower. And we're going to use the smaller, newer blending brushes. So this is the new little round blending brush and some lemonade ink. And I'm actually just going to go all over my flower with the lemonade color. You could use a bigger blending brush for this since it's not detail, but I am going to use this for the next shade, so I went ahead and just used this size. The paper I'm using today is Nina 110 pound weight. Oh, Candy, I'm glad you get to join for a bit too before you head off to work. This is the Citrine ink. So Lemonade is the lightest shade in this trio and Citrine is the darkest. And I'm going to kind of be a little bit more careful, precise, where I'm not going to go all over the whole thing. Just trying to grab some of those embossed or raised areas. We are going to do one additional color for this. And the inks do tend to kind of blend, not blend, smooth out. There's the word I was looking for, as they dry. We're going to take our orange blending brush. Oh, good. Carol says she's going to try some distress crayons with embossing folders. It's really my favorite way to use them, I think. This is the Sherbet color. It's a dark orange, so you want to be kind of careful with it, but I want to just kind of tap it here in the center. Get some of that ink. I'm also going to very lightly, it doesn't have to be perfect. This technique is super imperfect, which is what I like. But the small blending brushes definitely help with keeping your ink in a smaller area. There's a little definition. I feel like that one petal needs a little more yellow. Let's just see what's left on our brush. There we go. All right. Heidi says, how do you clean your ink off between shades? What I do, I just do this. On a microfiber towel, you could use a paper towel or something if you wanted to as well. And then I will clean my brushes periodically. They're never going to get all the way clean. Or they're going to be stained. They'll get clean. They're just going to be stained. Terry says, still unpacking craft room and want to finish before you get your crafty groove on. Yes, it's been a minute with the move. I agree. It always feels good to have your stuff all put away. Yes, I do think Sandy asked, do you have to rub in? I'm sure the distress crayon is what she's talking about. Yes, because otherwise it's really going to kind of sit on top. It will dry and be permanent, but I would rub it in. Let's see. Spark Searcher says swatching her Lawn Fawn inks helped a lot. Yes, for sure. Okay, so for my flower here, I think I added more orange to this, my sample one. There should still be some orange ink on this. Let's just add a little bit more. I feel like it needs a little more. I like to just kind of gradually build up that color. Oh, Jessie says she bought stamp swatches from Simon Says Stamp to make ink swatches. That is awesome. So for our flower, let's go ahead and add that to our card, and then we're going to do some butterflies. And I, of course, love my foam adhesive squares, so we are going to be popping up our flower with foam adhesive. All the foam adhesive all the time. Do you have a question I got here is, do you have to die cut the flower? You don't have to, but the die comes with the set. So Simon Says Stamp has some new embossing folders in this latest Let's Chill release that dropped yesterday, and some of the embossing folders, or I think maybe all the embossing folders in this release, came with coordinating dies. And then we're just gonna pop that up. Let me find my butterflies. All right, So our butterfly embossing folder, I did go ahead and emboss these off camera. So I embossed the whole thing. And then I used the coordinating dies to die cut just the couple I'm using here right now. And this is called the Graceful Butterfly Set. And I have the kind of half butterfly, and then I have this small one, and then I have the body. So what we're going to do first is for this one, the pinky one, we're going to use Guava and Watermelon inks. Christine, I do not know if this is the final set of Pawsitively saturated inks. So we're just going to do kind of what we did with the flower, where we're going to add all over color, and then we'll go in with our darker shade and it'll kind of stick to the embossed areas, plus we're going to use our distress crayon on it as well. And then this is the watermelon. And I'm just going to kind of pull that out from the center of the body, keeping the wing a little bit lighter. Jessie says, I think that was genius to have a die for the embossing folder. Me too, because I would not fussy cut that. But we've discussed that in past lives, how I'm not going to fussy cut most things. Okay, same thing as before. We're going to take, and again, this is called Crooked Broomstick, but I think there's a metallic set too. I just happen to have this one, so it looked kind of, had that gold flare to it. So that's why I picked it. And holding it kind of vertical, I'm just going to swipe it on my butterfly and rub it in. And it's going to really stick to those embossed areas. But then I like how when you wipe it, it's not quite as harsh, and it just adds more detail to the embossing. For the body, you could ink blend it or color it. I was being lazy and I just took my crayon and swiped it with my same color. And that's how we added color to the butterfly body. If I don't have to get out another product, I don't. Catherine, do you lose detail when you cut the pieces out? I did not feel like I lost much detail. I do think that your embossing is probably going to be a little stronger if you spritzed your paper with water prior to embossing. And then also, I showed at the beginning of the video, I used 1 shim. If you use 2 shims, it's probably going to give it even deeper, but I felt like mine still looked pretty good. Okay, so there's one butterfly. The small butterfly, I'm going to use a couple of the new purple shades. We're going to use Heather and Violet. And we're going to start with our lighter color. Liz wants to know what my favorite flower is. My favorite flower is probably a peony, although I have none. So my kids used to go to a preschool. A gal from my church had a preschool, and that's where my kids went, and she had the most gorgeous peonies, and I keep thinking I'm going to get some, and I never have. Debbie J's Crafting Corner, how hard would it be to re-emboss the die cut shapes? I don't know. I didn't try it with these. I've tried it before and I did not have good results. I can't remember why I tried to re-emboss something, but I did and the results were horrible, but you could definitely try it. It might just be me. And there's that darker or the violet color. So these are like the lightest shade and the mid-tone shade in this trio. Liz says, I love peonies too. That's awesome. Vanessa says, would it be hard to cut out the image first and then run through with just the cut pieces? Not sure if they would slide around. I don't know. I didn't try it, so I would have to try it and see. On this butterfly, I don't think I added anything. Whoops. But I am going to add a little detail to this one. My sample, I didn't, but it's probably because I forgot. But we're going to for this card. Linda says she loves peonies. She has 6 plants and they're popping out just now. Oh, I love that. Okay. I actually added the white pin detail after I adhered them to my card. I found it was just a little easier to hold on to them. So let's grab our sentiments. And I did of course that's underneath everything. I did emboss and die cut this, and if you are just coming in and didn't see, it's from the Beachy Keen stamp set from this Let's Chill release, and I think we're going to use this sentiment for this one. This is my favorite sentiment from this stamp set. Oh, good, Megan. I'm glad you got your card. Looks like a lot of you have peonies. That's so awesome. So I think maybe we've talked about this in one other video, but I have a brown thumb. I don't know, you guys. I don't have the best luck growing things. Keeping my yard pretty, yes. Growing things, not so much. So we're going to pop up our greeting right here along the bottom. And then for our small butterfly, I put 2 small foam adhesive squares underneath the wings, trying to keep them as far from the center of the body as possible. I put a little liquid right in the center, and we're going to have this butterfly flying right here. So I kind of hold down the center. You can use reverse tweezers if you need to as well. Hello, Dora. Okay. And then we're going to pop up this butterfly. I want to look kind of like it's sitting on our sentiment. So I lay down that first, and then I'm going to just put a little liquid glue on the body. And glue that down. Oh, it's looking pretty. Let me put the pin back in my glue. I feel like last week it dried out partway through because I forget. Let me see. Here's my white pin. Heidi says, I have a brown thumb for indoor plants, but I'm pretty good with outdoor plants. I love it. That's funny. So what I love to do with my butterflies is I take my Signo Uniball pin and I just kind of add some little white pin detail. Little dots. Anything you can do to just kind of dress it up a little bit. Oh, I feel like I need a new white pen. I thought this one I was using it this week too. Probably should have got a new one out. I love these pens, all of the Jelly Roll pens, not just this particular one, when they're brand new. And then they kind of don't work so good. Wish they would work good for longer than just the first week. And let's go ahead and do this on our purple butterfly as well. Doesn't have to be perfect at all, just adds a little fun detail. And then I really wanted to add, and I did not do it, so we're going to do it now. So on this card, I actually used some of the new sentiment strips from Simon Says Stamp, and I just cut it out with my paper trimmer. But I really wanted to use the sentiment that comes with this one. And since I forgot to prep that, let's just go ahead and do it now. So I love the sending a little bit of sunshine and then on your birthday phrase. So and we're going to use, where's the twilight color? There it is. I think the twilight would show up nice. Oh, that's funny, Athena. She says, I've never had good luck with the Uniball pen. I love the gel pens much better. I have kind of had the opposite with the white one. The black one I have much better luck with. I don't know what that's about. So I know I normally use my sentiment labels dies, but I don't want to get my die cut machine back out. First of all, it shakes the table. And I already folded it up. So I just stamped it on the edge of my scrap of cardstock. And we're just going to cut my own. Man, I haven't cut my own sentiment strip in a while. And let's get some foam adhesive. And some scissors. Heidi says transitioning to fake indoor plants. I have lots of fake indoor plants. And I love this little T-square ruler for getting my sentiment strips straight. And there's the rest of our sentiment for our card. All we have left, and like I said, if you just joined me, I actually didn't do the white splatter because I left my white splatter box in the bathroom, which is totally fine. I think it's kind of nice to show, so here's a little bit more distressed. You don't have to distress as much, or you could always go splatter this when you're completely done. You don't have to do it first. I'm going to grab a couple of little red hearts, or quite a few, as the case may be. And we're also going to use some of these Pretty Pink Posh metallic gold pearls. Linda, the small T-square ruler is from Simon Says Stamp. It is so stinking cute. And it's super sturdy. So I have one from another company. It's a 12-inch one, and it's a little flimsy. In fact, I'm on my third one. I've broken so many of them. I love this little guy. If I didn't link him below, I will when we're done. I thought I did, but I might have forgotten. Let me see. Vanessa, that's stamped beautifully. When I try to stamp sentiments without the misdeed, there are usually a lot of swear words. You guys have no idea how much my fear is that during a live, something's going to go wrong and I will say something I regret. I have a lot of those instances that happen too. In fact, right before we went live, I dropped something and made a mess, and I was like, really? Well, that's not really what I said, but can't believe it. I'm, of course, adding some little hearts. I did want to mention, with the butterfly embossing folder set, there are bodies for the butterflies. In fact, I should just get it and show you. But I think the bodies are all too big for the little butterfly, so I felt like he needed... It'll be easier to show on the packaging. So here's the embossing folder, and see, you get 2 big bodies for the open wing butterflies, and then you get 2 of the side bodies for the 2 half butterflies or side facing ones. There's not really one that I think works for the little guy. I mean, you could probably cut one of these down if you wanted to, but I just added a heart there instead because I thought that was a fun little touch. I did want to mention that. Heidi says, as soon as I invest in a T-square ruler, they come out with a mini one that I have to have now. I know. It is so awesome, you guys. I find myself using it all the time. The big one, it stuck out really far in my, where I kept it. And that's pretty much why I broke it multiple times. Peyton my daughter broke one of them. And then I broke the other 2, or the other one. And then I'm on my 3rd one. Because it stuck out of my tools and I bumped it and broke it. So I love this little guy. Plus, I think it's sturdy. I love that. I'm just going to finish my card with a scattering of these pretty pink posh gold pearls, just kind of picking up on that gold color from our distress crayon. Oh man. Drop that guy right on its head. That's not what I meant to do. We'll clean it off here in a minute. I think we can save it. Where's all my little bitty ones? The little bitty ones are my favorite. There's one. Oh good. I'm gonna have trouble getting it. That's fun. And then let's do a couple over here. Oh, there we go. And there is our card. Dawn says, how is your knee coming along? So good. And yes, I'm pretty much back to normal. I can start walking. I mean, I have been walking. They told me to just kind of gradually increase as I feel like it, but it feels good most of the time. I did power wash a bunch of all my back patio furniture and my back patio last weekend, and I think I overdid it because it hurt a little bit Monday, but it's good. Debbie J's Crafting Corner says, I love the tiny ones too. I wish the container was like all the little bitty size, or I wish that it was like 90% because those are probably the ones I use the most. Then we're just going to pop this on our card base. Thank you, Tracy. Yes, it's just reminder, if you guys would like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. I would so appreciate it. Oh, it's the little things in card making. That's totally fine. You can always watch it on the replay. There we go. And there is our finished card design. So again, I did use white gouache to splatter my sample. I didn't do that today. I didn't really want to wait for it to dry. So, and I left it in the other room. We're all professionals here, aren't we? Let me switch my camera around. Okay, did I miss any questions, you guys? Debbie J's Crafting Corner, she says, I was recording yesterday and kept dropping things. I hate that. It happens all the time. All the time. Yes, Tracy said Kelly does usually remind us all to smash the like button. We're gonna have to pick it up because Kelly usually takes care of that for us. Yes, Linda, the big ruler is fantastic for scrapbooking. I agree. The big T-square ruler. Oh my goodness, Dawn, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, it sounds like surgery is in your future for your shoulder. Oh, I'm so sorry. But here's my philosophy. Get it done. Like, I wish they would have done it at the end of the 6 weeks of physical therapy instead of the end of 12 weeks. I know they were hoping to avoid it. I was hoping to avoid it, but I'm one of those people who just want to, let's go get it done and let's move along. I wanted to just move past that, and I'm glad because I feel great now. Let's see. I could use the white gel pen instead of splatter. That is a great idea. Yes, let's all send Dawn big hugs for hopefully, if it's surgery in your future, a successful surgery, and get on with the PT and recovery. Created by Zoe. I know you have shared before, but I am currently unpacking my craft room. What clear bins do you use for your stamps behind you? They are M-Design ones. Let me get my pen. And I can add that when we're done. I need to add, let me make myself a note, bins and also the swatch materials I used. Let me see. Ooh, yes, Debbie J's Crafting Corner. I would really like that. Can you DM me through Instagram, perhaps? That would probably be the easiest. I would love, love, love that. Linda says, me too. Get her done. That's me. I just want to get, if that's what we have to do, I want to get it done and move on. Let me see. Did I miss anybody's questions? Yes, Dawn, you'll get through it. It always is just stressful. I know it is stressful, but being in pain is so not fun, or not being able to do what you want to do. And that's hard because I know I'm at the point now that they're asking me at physical therapy, what do you want to do that you can't do yet? And I'm like, oh, I can do pretty much everything. I feel great, but they still want me to come. And I'm glad. I don't want to go backwards. So I keep going, but it's backed off a lot. I don't have to go near as much. And I do my PT at home. That's the most important thing. Do your PT exercises at home. I know my dad calls me to remind me. It's so cute. I told my kids, you never stop parenting. Even when your 46-year-old daughter, you feel like you need to let her know to do her physical therapy. Oh my gosh. Yes, I bet you are bummed about crafting. And that was me. I mean, it wasn't my shoulder or arm, but I couldn't stand. And I stand to craft, and so it was so hard for me, and I was so grumpy. I'm telling you guys now, I tried real hard not to be grumpy here, but I couldn't do my lives because I usually stand for those. I did sit a little bit, but it's hard and it hurt all the way up into my hip, which was normal. That was part of my problem. So it doesn't matter. We're past it now, and I'm so, so glad. Jessie, can you show the die you used for swatches? It's actually not a die. So the product, let me grab it out for you guys. Where's it? Here we go. So you can buy from, I have to flip the camera. From Simon Says Stamp, you can buy this package of swatches. They're already die cut and punched and have lines in them. So that's what I bought because that's super easy and I didn't have to do any die cutting. And then you can buy this stamp set, which I use the solid stripe and polka dot. I line them up in my MISTI. And I end up with all of these. And then I simply use my label maker for the colors. And I have a video coming with that, and I will link these two products when we're done. Oh no, Megan. That's horrible. I'm so sorry. I hope that all your supplies were okay. Isn't that the worst when you open up the back of your car and things fall out? One time I did that, and I was at the grocery store and a whole carton of strawberries fell out, and I was so embarrassed, and they smashed everywhere. I was mad. It happens. Let me see. Oh no, the swatch set is currently out of stock. That's a bummer. Dang it. I hate that. Yvette says, I've been crafting only left-handed since February and it's driving me crazy. Hopefully your right arm will be fully healed by the end of July. I hope so too. I'm sending get well soon hugs and prayers your way. Okay, you guys. I think I've got everything. If I missed your question, pop it in there real quick and I will try to answer it. Other than that, we didn't get to our other cards, so maybe I'll just do an edited version for that and put it up on my channel, maybe with some of the other new embossing folders as well. Other than that, I will see you guys here next Friday morning at 9 a.m. Central. Definitely let me know in the comments if there's any other Simon Says Stamp Let's Chill products that you would really like to see used. Don't forget to visit the blog hops, all the stops along the hop today and tomorrow for a chance to win. Leave comments on everybody's blogs. Oh, thank you, Debbie J. Appreciate it. Yes, Christine has a good reminder for everybody. For like the swatches, sign up for a reminder that lets Simon Says Stamp know that people are wanting them, and they will get those reordered, and hopefully those will be back soon. So definitely sign up to be notified when they come back in stock. Okay, guys. I think that is it. Thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you for hanging out with me and spending part of your day with me. I hope you all get some amazing crafty time in this weekend. And until next Friday, have a fantastic weekend, a fantastic next week, and we'll see you soon. Bye. The supplies used in today's video are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here is another project that you might be interested in. Please remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to never miss a new live video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll catch you next time.